Hello. Right, today I wanted to do capture a class that we did a little while ago. We actually ended up doing it last night on a Zoom call, and I thought, right, let's get that out because that sounds like the kind of thing that's going around and happening in pretty much everybody's houses. So I wanted to talk to you about when you're busy, your mind is go, 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 full of things, and you can live in the same house for so many years and you don't really see what's going on around you. You're just in, you eat there, you sleep there, you watch TV there, but you don't really see what's going on. Now, a lot of us have had a forced moment of time where we're having to spend a lot of time at home now. And it's a little bit like Christmas. You know, when you stop at Christmas, you end up getting that cold, or you get a cold sore, or you're run down. And it really kind of gets on top of you. And that's what's starting to happen at the moment, is we've been busy. We've stopped now, and we end up being home and we're absolutely exhausted because your body's gone, oh, thanks, are we stopping? That's brill. Thank you. Now, what happens when you stop and slow down is you just imagine you're on your sofa. Normally you're on your sofa and you might be having a cup of tea, watching a bit of telly, having a glass of wine, whatever it is that you're doing. This time you've stopped and you're almost kind of forced to slow down with what's going on in the world. Now, when you slow down, what happens then is you start to notice things which you may not have noticed before. You then start to make a list in your head. I must do that, I must do that, I must do that, I must do that. That can then become really overpowering, really overwhelming to you. Now, I like a to-do list. I enjoy a to-do list. I got this wonderful gift off a friend of mine at Christmas, so I have a wonderful to-do list here. Nothing like getting things out of your head and down onto a piece of paper. But I think what can happen if you're not careful is a list. If you're constantly adding to it, that list becomes a real kind of shout. This must be done, especially if they're quite big jobs. So instead of having that list of things while we're here at the moment, or maybe as well as, if you like, a list, things to do, is we're going to change it slightly. Because what happens is you have your moments where you're exhausted, you're feeling tired, you're relaxed, and then you have those moments of, right, let's get some jobs done. Or you might wake up in the morning, best intentions, right, this is what I'm going to do today. And then you look at your list, and I don't know about anyone else, but you're absolutely exhausted before you even started, because I'm thinking I've got all these things to do. Boom, that energy goes, stomach drops, and I end up just not really doing anything. So the way that I've conquered doing this, or the way that I came up with it in my mind, is I came up with a little worksheet like this. Here we go. Little worksheet that looks a little bit like a pin board. So imagine your virtual pin board, and what you're going to do is you're going to get those jobs and you're going to put them on your pin board. Now, this came about because I was sat outside in the garden, and I'm sat there, and this was a while ago when I was off work. I wasn't too well, and I'm looking at the weeds and I'm thinking those weeds need doing. Now, I was that exhausted that I didn't have the will to do that. But what I did every day is I came out and thought those weeds need doing, and it became a bit of a chain around my neck, a bit of a weight on my shoulders. So I thought to myself, do you know what? When I'm ready to do those weeds, I will do them. And I put that trust up in myself. And all of a sudden, that felt a little bit lighter. And then when I did have that moment of, right, I'm ready now to do that, I thought, right, let's do those weeds. But I didn't do the whole garden. I did it in chunks. I did just a little bit in the corner. So I'll do 5 minutes. I'll make a start. So I started. And before long, that 5 minutes turned into a little bit more. And then I thought, right, I've done enough now, left it. But when I came out the next day, I was so encouraged because you could see the difference, is that I did a few minutes more. We have it in our head that we have to do everything right here and right now. It has to be done, it has to be done. So I thought to myself, do you know what? If I make myself some little post-it note reminders, when I have a burst of energy and I want to do something, I can pick what I fancy from that. So it's kind of gone, as you can see, it'll build. It goes from that, put away the dishes. But what I thought I'd do as well is I'd actually get some post-it notes out as well. So I've got the washing. Love this one. This is from my wonderful friend Steph last night, who insisted she had to do the gutters. She wondered why she was tired. The weeding, that's one of mine. Do some dusting. Where are we? What else have we got? Wash up. There we go. So the idea is you can put these up, and it can also be, you can put these up. The feedback I've had off people is that they're actually going to go home and they've done this at home and they've put them up. And actually what they've said to the kids as well is, right, there's some chores there. Pick one you fancy doing, and then will you do it for me? Because there's such a big difference between saying to someone, listen, can you pick one of those and I need you to do some of these jobs. Can you pick one? As opposed to parents telling someone to do it. I've got to say, my teenage brain could even come out, you know, mum says, I need you to do this, this and this. You think, oh, I don't want to. Whereas actually say, listen, I've got these jobs. Could you pick a couple that you fancy? Because we all know some days you fancy doing some things and some days you don't. So what we did is we started off with that, and then again on the lesson last night, wonderful lady Anne then turned around and said, why don't you give yourself permission, and also on these lists, to put some treats down? So actually you're giving yourself this permission. So that's what we've done as well. I'm just going to move the sheets over here, do something fun, because what happens is you end up mops. That's not fun. Looks like one I've got from my mum, that. Mop, she likes mopping. Got our treats on there. Because what happens is we end up just doing the things, and I hear a lot the words, I should be doing that. I shouldn't be sitting down. I've got all these jobs I need to do. And all you're doing is just creating this problem for yourself that, let's be honest, we don't need any more problems. We're all where we are. So by being able to do this, what that allows you to do is, this is where I'm feeling right now. Do you know what I need to do? I just need to rest. Or, right, I need a bit of a treat. Whatever a treat is in your world, it could just be, I'm going to have a chill out. Do something fun. That, if nothing else, will re-energise you. Sit down with a cup of tea, pick up the phone, phone somebody, do some FaceTime. I was really tired yesterday, but I knew I needed to connect with people, so I spent a lot of time yesterday, either on Zoom or on Facebook Live. But you know what? I slept so well last night because I had that connection. I mean, this is one of my favourites, read for a while. I always have a book on me, no matter what. It's usually my Kindle, but sometimes I'll have what I call a workbook, something I can learn from. On me, because one, that's like a really nice way of switching off, but two, it just means what it allows my brain to do is filter out and just keeps tapping away. It's just processing what's going on in the world, and it gives me time just to have some peace and silence. So from that, I then got this wonderful sheet, a permission slip for yourselves, and on there it says, today I want, today I need, today I have permission to, and today's self-care. Now, there's no reason why you can't just copy that and put it in a book, or just put these as headings. But I love this because it is giving yourself permission, because we go off our old, we should. And actually you're saying to yourself, why don't you do this? Because this is the advice you would give to your best friends. So here's one. I'm hoping you can see this. I just kind of put some bits and pieces in there. Today, I want a moment to myself. Today I want some fun. Today I need focus, calm and time out. Focus for me was I actually had things I wanted to upload onto YouTube. I'd been putting it off, but I did it, stayed calm, and I give myself time and permission to do that. Today I have permission to stop and rest. That's really important for me, because a lot of the time I'm kind of, let's go, let's get this done. And then I ended up crashing in a big heap somewhere. And that's where the exhaustion comes from. So it's finding some better balance. I've put take, that could be take a break. That could be take a cup of tea. That could be take some time to do one of your favourite hobbies. Whatever it is that you put in there, but give yourself permission to do it. Trust yourself to know that these jobs will get done. But they don't all need doing. No one's allowed to run around to anybody's house anyhow. No one's going to turn up. Let's take this added pressure off, and let's use this time to have some rest. And then today's self-care. For me, it's my routine and my exercise in the morning, walking out with Romeo, doing my mindfulness, and then that time for me, which is while I'm out with Romeo. I did half and half this morning. I had half a walk, just headphones on, bit of S Club 7, singing away to myself as I'm walking. And then the second half of that, I did a Facebook Live to kind of show off for anybody who was struggling to get out at the moment. just so they can feel like they've been outside. We're also listening to the birds. So it's that combination of the two things. So just to recap, lists are fantastic. I like lists. I like me to do things. But if you're sat there and you're slowing down and you're starting to see all the things around you, the dust on the TV, the dust on the worktop that's been there for a while, but you've just not noticed it, just notice it. Pop it down on a post-it note, or pop it down in something that's not necessarily a to-do list. This is a I can do this when I'm ready list. And give yourself permission to be kind to yourself. Give yourself permission to do what is right for yourself and your body. I really hope this works. Feel free to share this to whoever you want to share it to. Please let people know about the YouTube channel, which is Nikki Price Mental Health Tips, and look forward to seeing you all soon. Thank you.